Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Baby back with a brand new video, and today we're going to be looking at Attach and how he became the world's youngest Call of Duty champs winner. So let's get right into it. Dylan Price, or better known as Attach, was born on January 4th, 1997 and found out about competitive COD from a friend that was on his baseball team. He had always enjoyed competitive COD even before he knew about these big tournaments, and he would always grind on the platform, game battles with his friends, and this is where he would find recognition for himself among the community. The first premier event Attach got to take part in was the MLG Spring Championship. He attended this event with some of his game battle friends he had made and played on a team called Young Legacy, where he played alongside Kalani, Fnatic and Nihil. Unfortunately, this being his very first major, him and his team did not play great and ended up, unfortunately, coming 32nd in that tournament and went home with no prize money. But Attach was determined to improve and show what he could do. Attach happened to get on another team shortly after the first tournament named Termination, but only stayed with them for 20 days, taking part in the UMG Dallas tournament, also to a disappointing result where he came 18th. These first two events made Attach fall in love with Call of Duty even more, and he was determined to get into a proper team and show what he could do. And after a few more attempts with different teams such as Elevate, Curse Youth, Curse Orange and Rise Gaming, who he had some reasonable results with, their most notable being their 4th place finish at UMG Nashville, securing his first cash prize of $2,000. Well, he still wasn't on a team, but towards the end of Ghost lifecycle he finally landed on Denial, and this is where he made Call of Duty history. As soon as Advanced Warfare dropped, Team Denial grinded hard to secure top place finishes in every event they played, whether it was the daily tournaments on websites such as UMG and Game Battles, or qualifiers for main events. Team Denial had a few roster shifts early on, but finally settled on a roster of Attach, Clayster, JCap and Replayers, who is now known as Crowder. This team proved themselves at smaller tournaments, but Attach had his eyes set on one thing, and that was COD Champs, and to get there he would have to go through two qualifier stages, with the first being the Call of Duty Championship United States qualifier, where him and his team went up against teams such as XGN Competitive, Revenge and Rise Nation. Although Attach lost to his old team Rise Nation, he beat the other two, and him and the Denial boys ended up in 7th place and had qualified for the next qualifiers, the regional final qualifiers, and this was the last step before heading to Champs. They started off really strong in round 1, beating Aztec Gaming 3-0 in the series, but in their very next match against Team Revenge, who they had previously beaten in the qualifiers, they got knocked into losers bracket without even picking up a map. They were down in the dumps after getting knocked into losers so early, but they found some motivation and powered through, beating 7 teams in a row whilst not dropping more than one map to each. These teams included XGen Competitive, Rise Nation, Prophecy, Team Caliber, Optic Nation, FaZe Red, and they beat Revenge, which was very lucky considering they'd already lost to them once during this tournament. But this left them with one team to face in the grand finals, and that was Optic Gaming. Once again, they were bested without even picking up one map in that series, but it did not matter. Denial had already secured 2nd place, $2,500 and an invitation to the 2015 Call of Duty Championships. Denial Esports started off in Group B alongside Prophecy, Clarity Gaming and Hyper Games team. The only team they dropped the series to was Prophecy, which is ironic as they beat them so easily in their previous head-to-head match. Both teams progressed to the knockout stage where Denial showed what they could do, knocking the Optic Gaming roster straight into losers with a 3-1 scoreline, which gave them a load of confidence and propelled them straight into their next match with a ton of momentum against Team Caliber, who also couldn't find a foothold and were beat 3-0 as well. Denial then faced off against a team they had a 5-0 head-to-head record against, known as Automatic Reload, but they didn't put up much of a fight and were beaten 3-1, sending Denial to the semi-finals against a familiar face. They were up against Revenge again. The series was a struggle and both teams ended up 2-2 and headed into a close S&D game to close out the series with a score of 5-4. Attach pulled off a huge 2-piece and sent Revenge into losers bracket, but they came straight back out losers, ready for another best of 5 series against Denial after beating FaZe in the losers bracket. Once again, the scoreline went to 2-2 and they were headed into the S&D decider match on Riot. Denial started off strong, going up 5-2 and only needed one more round to win Champs, but they began to lose composure and choke, with the pressure of being so close to victory, and that allowed Revenge to bring it back to 5-4. In the 10th round, Revenge got the bomb down without any players dropping. Denial only had 45 seconds to kill 4 players and defuse so that the match would not go around 11. They went absolutely huge, with Replayers picking up 2 and Attach killer 1 and hopping on the defuse to secure the win. This insane tournament won Denial $400,000 and made Attach the youngest COD pro to win a championship. At the age of 18, this win cemented Attach as a legend in the COD community and showed he was the best and up-and-coming youngster at the time. Since that win, Attach has only been on top tier teams such as FaZe, he was on Evil Geniuses for a 5-month loan, New York Subliners during Modern Warfare, Minnesota Rocket during Cold War, and also Minnesota Rocket during this Vanguard season that's about to kick off in January. But anyway guys, that's been the video. This has been shown how good Attach was and how he became one of the youngest COD pros. If you have enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like. Been your boy Bibby. Peace.
And the rings as well, Puckett. The one thing Clayster didn't have. He has X Games gold. He has MLG championships. He has it all. Now a Call of Duty World Championship.